thousands vanish without a trace, and countless crimes are left unsolved. Behind each case is a name, a face, a story that's been forgotten or ignored. But not here. This is Unsolved and Unheard, the channel that brings cold cases back to life. True crime, real mysteries, and the voices the world stopped listening to. Subscribe now because every mystery deserves to be heard. The disappearance of Asha Crocker. Welcome back to Unsolved and Unheard, the channel where we bring attention to those the world has overlooked. The missing, the voiceless, the stories that slip through the cracks. If you believe every person deserves to be searched for, if you believe every family deserves answers, then take a moment to subscribe. It helps more than you know. Today, we're looking at a case so recent and so quiet, it barely rippled outside its own community. A case with almost no official information. A case that, without awareness, could vanish into silence. This is the disappearance of 44-year-old Asha Crocker, missing from East Orange, New Jersey. A woman who walked out into an ordinary November morning and never returned. Who is Asha Crocker? Before we talk about the disappearance, we need to talk about the person. Because behind every alert, every flyer, every case file is a life. Asha Crocker is described as a 44-year-old black woman, about 5'4", around 150 pounds, with brown eyes and brown hair. To the people who know her, she wasn't a stranger in her community. She wasn't a drifter. She wasn't someone who just up and vanishes. She had relationships, routines, people who expected her to show up, people who cared about her. When a person like that suddenly disappears, it sends shockwaves through every part of their world. Asha had loved ones, a life, a presence, and now all anyone has is the question, where is she? The last confirmed sighting. Friday, November 21st, 2025 was the last day anyone officially saw Asha. It was just after 9 a.m. a weekday morning. People warming up cars, rushing to work, heading to the store. Nothing unusual, nothing alarming. This is the part that stands out. There is no publicly released timeline of what Asha was doing, where she was headed, or what her plans were for the day. No surveillance photos, no interview clips, no known witness accounts describing her behavior. Her trail just stops at a single timestamp, 9 a.m. In most investigations, that last sighting becomes a starting point, a place to build outward from. But in this case, the starting point is also the ending point. Everything after that moment is a blank page. The missing person alert. After her disappearance, the East Orange Police Department issued a missing person alert asking for the community's help. This alert confirmed her physical description and the date and time she was last seen. But beyond that thing, no narrative, no context, no indication of circumstances. And that silence is unsettling, because when details aren't shared, whether for investigative reasons or simply because there are none, the public is left in the dark. And in the dark, cases get forgotten. The troubling lack of information. What makes Asha Crocker's case especially concerning is not just that she disappeared, it's how little we know about the moments leading up to it. There's no mention of a vehicle she may have been using, a destination, a phone ping or digital footprint, any possible mental or medical conditions, last communications with family, whether she lived with someone, whether anyone saw her after 9 a.m. These are the questions investigators typically answer early on because they shape the search. But in the public record, none of this exists. And that creates a dangerous situation, because when a case has almost no information, it becomes one of the easiest to overlook. It becomes one of the easiest to dismiss as maybe she left on her own. But we don't know that. And when we don't know, we must assume the possibility of danger. The environment, East Orange, New Jersey. East Orange is a densely populated area. Busy streets, tight neighborhoods, constant movement. People walking, traffic flowing, businesses opening early. It's not the kind of place where someone can disappear without someone noticing something. A person walking alone, a vehicle stopping, a conversation on the sidewalk, a strange interaction. In a community that active, vanishings without clues are rare, not impossible, but rare. So what happened between 9 a.m. and the moment Asha was reported missing? What path did she take? Who was the last person to truly see her? These are the gaps investigators must fill, and these are the gaps that keep her family awake at night. Why early awareness matters. Cases like Asha's are extremely vulnerable in the first days and weeks. If the public isn't aware, if news stations don't cover it, if social media doesn't amplify it, the trail grows cold almost instantly. People forget what they saw. Businesses overwrite security footage. Witnesses don't realize a detail mattered until it's too late. For every missing person, the first wave of public awareness is critical. And tragically, Asha hasn't received that wave. Her case has barely been covered, barely shared, barely seen. That's why channels like Unsolved and Unheard exist, because silence is dangerous. Silence lets cases fade, and silence is the one thing a missing person cannot afford. What we still need to know. So here's what remains unanswered, and what could change everything if someone comes forward. Was Asha walking or driving? Did she leave home voluntarily? Did she speak with anyone that morning? Did anyone see her after 9 a.m.? Did she seem distressed or perfectly normal? Did she mention plans, errands, or meeting someone? Any one of these answers could reshape the investigation. Anyone could tell us whether she left willingly or encountered danger. A call to the community. If you made it this far, thank you for watching. Every view, every share, every comment helps. Keep their names alive. We cover real stories of missing people and cold cases, the ones who are too often unsolved and unheard. If you want to help bring awareness to the forgotten and the missing, subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell so you never miss a case. Like this video to boost the algorithm, and leave a comment to share your thoughts or theories. You never know who might be watching. Together, we can make sure no one is ever truly forgotten.